Hello dental babes, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we will be talking about if you have toxic friends in either dental assisting or dental hygiene school, you need to change your friends fast. I'm going to tell you why. Now, disclaimer, there are so many different types of dental assisting and dental hygiene programs. There are, but I'm telling you the ones that I've experienced, and I'm going to share with you because granted, you need to know this. You cannot be naive in a program like this. We're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe that much. Like I said, it all goes based depending on your program. Now, here it goes. My experience goes like this, and then I'm gonna tell you why. I remember when I was in school. This was before. This is when. Okay, so first I'm gonna say dental assisting, then I'm gonna go to dental hygiene. So dental assisting, it'll be really quick. In dental assisting school, I have previous videos that talk about when it was toxic for me because of the simple fact that I knew where I was going and I knew my plan in dental assisting school. And for me, it was like people were super, super toxic towards me because they were like hating on me because they're like, okay, you don't make the grades that we make, and we want to know, why is it that you're not sharing with us per se. But what I'm saying is, for me, they were the ones who were, super toxic towards one another. They love to cause drama, and I was not with that because I know that that was not going to take me where I needed to be. So with that now, I somewhat kind of stayed to myself only because of the simple fact that it was on a big program. Thank God, it wasn't not the fact that it was a big program. The program was a 13-month long program, but I'm talking about the class size. The class size, I want to say, I do believe that we started off with 15 and we ended up having 6 graduate out of the 15. So, needless to say, the program was rigorous, but if a program is accredited, mind you, in the state of Florida, they have to be CODA accredited, CODA quota accredited, which means that this is something that you could take if you want to move on to dental hygiene school, and obviously be licensed as both a dental assistant and also as a dental hygienist, which means that that's more money in your pocket when it's time to get paid. You will be happy and you will be showing your pearly whites. Now, with that, now a lot of the things that we did in dental assisting school, like I said, I was on my own doing it because of the simple fact that they were always envious towards me, and I think only because of the fact that I took extra time to study, I took extra time to review and practice things. It was like, okay, look at her. Is she like the goody two shoes? That's what it was like in the program. But like I said, it was just something that I knew I had to do, and I know that, okay, you know what? Granted, I'm looking to become as a dental hygienist. This is what I need to stick to, because they were big on a he say she say, and they like to cause drama amongst one another. And guess what? I was not with that. And because my goal was, okay, dental hygiene is my destination, I'm focusing on dental hygiene, and I'm focused on what such a said. I'm not focused on what Betty said, on what Susan said, on what Megan said, on what Ashley said. I don't care what Ashley said. I'm focused on, okay, let's get to this next program here. So that's that with dental assisting school. Now, dental hygiene is a whole different ballpark, because when you get into dental hygiene school, you're gonna have to know a whole lot more than just the things that you're gonna learn in dental assisting school. Mind you, all the dental assistant does, they assist the doctor. So yes, they have a lot more tasks to do, but only because of the simple fact that they work with the doctor, it won't be as tedious as something that you'd have to do as a dental hygienist, because dental hygienists, they work alone and they're in like when they get into a dental office. So with that now, I want to say that I've actually been in 2 different types of dental hygiene programs, and when I tell you, the first program that I was in, it was more like a family. Mind you, it was 50 students into this program. It was 50 in the second one as well, but I'll get into that in just a minute. But like I said, with the first program here, it was more like a family. Granted, of course, down here in South Florida, it was Hispanic dominated. So a lot of the times, well, let me say that again. Let me say that again. In the program that I was in, it was Hispanic dominated, but it wasn't a lot of this. But because there was a lot of this, you have to understand that you have to make friends, because there are going to be a lot of things that you need to do on your own, especially when it comes to the clinical competencies. Clinical competencies are the things that you're going to do actually in the clinic with your clinic instructor, and you're going to have to know how to do certain things. For example, how to use all of the instruments, which way to use them. You're going to have to need to know all of the things of that nature. Give me 1 second. I'll get right back to that in a moment. So with that now, what I'm saying is things like that can be really, really toxic because now people are fighting to be in this program. Yes, the program can start and end with 50 students. Yes, it can. But that's the thing. A lot of the times you will have people to start forming cliques and bunches because, okay, well, you're Hispanic. Okay, I'm Hispanic too. Let's get together. And I think that because they're of the same realm, they're all Cuban. Okay, they're all Dominican. They're all Puerto Rican. Okay, cool. Let's all click. So a lot of the times when it came to things in the clinic, they got it. Okay, perfect. They know how to work their level 12, which is the Explorer. They know how to work like how to use the mirror for maxillary. Maxillary's top, mandibular's bottom. So how to do? I'll just say it because I'm assuming that a lot of you guys are probably either new in the program or you are not in the program yet, but you kind of want to know how it's like. So, but anyway, to get back, I get off topic really, really quickly. Oh, so how to do the top and bottom with the mirror, things like that. And a lot of the times in clinic alone, when the instructor is teaching you, you don't have it's not enough practice. And sometimes YouTube may not be your best friend only because of the fact that they're doing it towards their state standards and not towards your state standards. So what many people did was, okay, let's all kick up together, let's all meet someplace and we'll all sit and we'll all practice it together. And that's how they excelled in their program. And that's how they excelled, in their program. So what I'm saying is when it came to these people, it was very toxic. I did not like how there's so few of us in the program and it was like a dog eat dog amongst this. And I did not like that because I'm like, okay, if we all in this together, wouldn't you think that the would be for the, you know? So with that being said, it was these two, like, okay, so in my first group, it was four black, myself, three others. So we're going to say, it was Sabrina, Isla, and Monica. Yeah, Sabrina, Isla, and Monica. And it was so crazy how, when I tell you Isla and Monica, it was like they became two peas in a pod. And a lot of times, whenever it came to midterms and finals, it's like they knew nobody. They was answering no phones, nothing. It was just dead set. It was just them two studying together, and I feel like that was not fair. How the whole semester, how come we all studied together? But whenever it came time to the big exams, especially anything clinical, forget it. They would not. It was more okay. Well, we don't care about anybody. All we care about is making sure that we make it to the next level. Make sure that we make it to the next semester. And I felt like that was really toxic of them because it's like when we study, you laugh and you smile in our faces, but whenever it's time to really get down to stuff that really counts, really matters. Oh no, well, I'm sorry, we don't know, like we don't know anybody, we won't see anybody. I didn't like that. I did not like that. I feel like that was really, really toxic. So, granted, that one there, like my first set of students, that was not that bad because, like I said, to the end, it was still a bit of a family, but it was like a more of a clique family. But things can get toxic. Why? Only because of the simple fact that whenever people form study groups, oh no, well, we don't want them to come, so we're not going to say anything. We're not going to invite them because we don't want them there. Oh no, it'll be just us studying together. That's toxic because if we're all in this program to get into this together and finish together, why in the world are you telling me, oh no, I don't want to study with you? That's toxic. So, like I said, that's the first group of students that I was with. Now, for the second time around, this was when I was getting into to do the accelerated program. But like I said, every state has its different programs. But anyway, with this particular set of students here, when I tell you, I think every single last one of the students in there was toxic. From the blacks to the whites to the Hispanics, especially the blacks. Now, come on, girl, really? The Hispanics, yeah, they weren't as bad. The whites, they weren't as horrible, but I feel like the most toxic ones and the most fake ones were the other blacks. For example, a lot of the times when they had their study groups, mind you, it was like three of them. So if it's only the three of them, okay, well, myself includes four. So if it's only the four of us, why in the world, was I, and myself and the other one, oh no, well, I don't care. It's only her and I, that's it. I'm like, Ashley, really? Sarah, really? That's what we doing now? But we all black though, you understand? And a lot of the times it either be situations where once again, oh yeah, well, we're studying, but oh no, but we don't want them to come. Oh yeah, but we don't want them to win. I don't like that. For example, they see you, not enough as if you're dozing off in class before they, nudge you, hey, wake up. Oh no, whatever. Let them sleep. I don't care. We be in clinic. and you have to know how to. This is really important. It's something called sealants, where it's like a material that you can use to place on the teeth. That way the teeth will not rot. Let's say that. And they would sit together, they'd work together, and you try to come sit with them, and they're like, will literally try to like turn their chairs. And I'm just like, you guys are so toxic. Like, why would you do that? So basically, okay, I'll show you an example. Okay, so these are pads here that you use when you, let me put it really, really close so you guys can see what it looks like. And you use these pads here when you want to block the saliva or the spit glands, if you will, when you're placing them, because a lot of the times with some sealants that you use, because now there are some sealants where you don't have to have a completely dry surface, because mind you, if the tooth is wet, it will not stick. But now there are new products that they have on market where it doesn't have to be, it doesn't matter if it's wet or dry, it will still adhere to the tooth and would actually stay. And a lot of the times, well, this, like I said, this was back then where this wasn't as new as it is now. But what I'm saying is, for this now, I just feel like it was not fair how, for example, the main thing, when you get the surface dry, mind you, this test, you have to make sure that this is completely wet when you're removing it, because if not, you can literally rip their tissue, if you will, like their gum tissue, if you will. Because I'm saying oral mucosa, but you'd be like, okay, what is oral mucosa? So that's what I'm saying. I have to speak in layman's terms. And I don't feel that it's fair that, like they'd sit there and they practice together and they make like little private study groups and those private study chats. I don't feel like that's fair that if we're all in here to win together, why are we all studying together? If I'm asking you, hey, what can we meet? What? It's just the things like that is what I did not like in hygiene school. I just felt like that was really toxic. Oh yeah, well, and then the thing is, oh yeah, well, so then, for example, what's another one? Because it's so many. Like I said, it's like 50 of them. So then, like, for example, Denny's would ask, oh hey, are you gonna study with Nomi and Stephanie? Oh no, well they never asked, so that's why we don't study with them. I'm like, wait a minute, did that just over here tell a lie? Like, how in the world you telling? How in the world are you telling her? Oh no, well they never asked, so won't study with them. We're not gonna push anybody. If we ask you all the time, oh hey, y'all studying? Y'all studying? So granted, we had our own study groups, but I just feel like I feel like we can all connect better if we all understand the material better. It was just that vibe of, I don't care, I'm in this for me. It was just a dog eat dog kind of thing, and I'm just like you guys are really, really fake. Oh my god, I remember this one time where the teacher had changed the time of the exam. And you mean to tell me that y'all can say, oh hey, well come on guys, let's do a final review before we go in to take the exam. And granted, for me, I don't play. When it's time to study, my phone is off. But of course, that day the teacher decides, okay, well, she's gonna just text on an app called Remind, and say, okay, well, the test has been moved to 1 o'clock. Okay, fine, we'll see you guys at 1 o'clock. And if you guys saw me and walked past me, and if you guys saw me from the corner, because like I said, I'm thinking, okay, maybe they probably just walk into the clinic doors to go grab something or whatever, so I'm not really paying it much mind. But obviously, if I see the whole class walking towards the classroom, then of course I'm going to say, oh my God, why they're walking, that's just common sense now, you know. But, just for them to say, oh, okay, well, I don't really care where they are. It's just the comments that they've made. It's just kind of like, okay, like, really, you guys are so toxic. So I'm here to tell you now that when you guys start to practice on your explorers, when you guys start to practice on your sub and your super and your subgingival like, oh my gosh, when you get to your curex and your scalers, you have to have people in your corner. You have to have people in your clinic where they're gonna help you. Because even, for example, even in the mornings when it's time for you to set up for clinic for the patients, when you guys get to the patients, if you have a nasty clinic where they don't like you, or they're like really, like I said, don't like you and they're toxic. Let's say, for example, God forbid you're running. Let's say, for example, like God forbid you're running late or whatever. They will not set up your room, but let it be somebody else or somebody that they're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll set up we'll set up your chair, no problem. We'll wipe it down or turn on your computer for you. We'll do everything for you. But let's say it's you or somebody toxic that they don't like you. No, yeah, okay, it's time to do something about this. Granted, a lot of times you cannot change clinic unless it really becomes a big issue. Then maybe you can talk to the clinic instructor or talk to the lab instructor and see if you can change your clinic. But many times, especially if your clinic is small, forget it. You're gonna have to stay into that clinic. But what I will say is, if you do feel that people in your class or people in your clinic is toxic, then I do feel like it's best for you to do for either one, move or probably address the issue, like I said, in the most professional way possible. Why? Because you gotta understand that you guys are all in this together. And you and them feeling like, okay, I'm not gonna talk to her, whatever, I don't really care for her. No, that's not how things go here. Because we're all here to get to the next level, which is of course graduation, so that way we could get a good paying career. Because it's just the little things that they've even said. Believe me, you'll know and you'll read their body language if they're here to help you, especially when it comes to like all the paperwork that's due with when you finally start to see patients. You'll know, you will know, because I'm telling you, these things here will be your best friends in hygiene school, best friends. And you guys begin to use it and do sub and super. So sub is everything that's underneath the gums, and super is everything that you can actually see, or like clinically, the clinical anatomics of it. But yeah, this one here is mine. So that brown stuff that you see, that's like the germs or the calculus, if you will. And you have to use your scalers and your curettes, or the instruments that you're gonna get. Yes, they are a few $1,000s, between $2,000 and $3,000. Yes, be prepared for that. But this is the type of amount that you're going to be using in the program. This is one of the main ones that you'll use. Granted, I do like the ones where some of the teeth can be removed. That is perfect. I have the ones that have cheeks, because obviously us as humans, we have cheeks. I do like that, but these are one of the ones that we have used in the program. This one here, that's more for, when you get the ortho, or the patients that have braces. This is what it looks like here. I'm telling you now, it people it's like the things that they say, you're like, oh my God, really? But I'm here to encourage you today. Do not let the things that they say push you, or make you feel like, okay, what, not push you towards the end to make you feel like, okay, you want to drop out of the program. No, sis, stay strong. No, my love, stay strong, and just say, you're going to push through and you're going to fight all the way to the end, and you got this. And believe me, we are in this together. So don't feel discouraged that, oh no, nobody wants to study with you. Oh no, nobody wants to be your friend. You may get along, you may be in a program and get along great with everybody, and that's fantastic. But if you don't, I'm here to encourage you and let you know that everything is going to be all right. You just push through. And if you go from like clique to clique or group to group, and you and find anybody that suits you, fine. You could be a one person band. That's it. Because I do know that there are males that watch the channel, so I don't want to say a one woman band. But believe me, they do say some hurtful things, and I don't like, especially when you get to the, oh my God, especially when you get to the clinic, because now it's really dog eat dog. So I'm telling you now, I wish the best for you, that you do get into your program where it's just one tight knit family, and that there isn't anybody that's toxic that's in your corner. Because granted, there may be some toxic people, but probably not people that are in your corner. And I just want to encourage you today that if you do have people that are toxic, do not feel discouraged at all, and just know that just keep on pushing through, and just be the best version of yourself, and just study hard, and make sure that you're learning all your instruments, all your corrects, all of your scalers, especially definitely how to use the air water syringe, please, because that's not hard at all. But believe me, when it comes to making sure that everything is dry and everything is set, you got to make sure that everything is perfect for when your clinic instructor when your clinic instructor comes over to check your work with the patient. So on that note, I love you guys a lot. Continue to study hard. Believe me, this program seems like, oh my God, like it's the end near. Believe me, yes it is. And just know that it's not you, and just know that they are just really selfish people that feel like, okay, well, I don't care. This is me. I don't care about anybody else. And you know what? Granted, focus on yourself. But sometimes if you do need that help, do reach out. Do find that study group that's going to be like beneficial towards you. You understand? And if they don't want to be, I'm not saying you have to be friends and hang out on a weekend. No, you do not. But believe me, if you are just starting, believe me, I'm there with you. I'm fighting with you, and I'm just wishing the best for you. But if you see that they're toxic and that they don't like you, or they say things that, well, if they feel like they want to say something else, but they don't actually say it, it's okay to find another study group. If you can, ask to be in another clinic, or another clinic rotation. But it'll be okay. You'll get through it, because I got through it, so you can definitely do it too. On that note, I love you guys to pieces. Study hard. You'll be the hygienist that you want to be. Take care, guys.